Hi everyone, welcome to another math lesson. At the top of your paper, I want you to put Math for 820. Math for 820. And pause the video if you need more time to write it. Math for 820. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do in today's video is just review our math anchor chart, which is right here behind me. So we're going to go through what it says and what it all means, just in case you're still trying to figure out addition or subtraction. This might help a little bit. Alright, so this is the anchor chart. At the top you see it says add. It shows a plus sign. And next to the plus sign, it says, when we add, we join together. So, what that means when we add, we join together, is we take one thing and another thing, and we bring them together, and we add them all together. So if we're adding 2 pineapples with 3 carrots, we bring and join those 2 things together to get a whole number, a whole new number, a bigger number. So 2 apples, or 2 pineapples, and 3 of whatever else I just said. 2 plus 3, that's 5, right? So on the anchor chart, you see that we use dots to represent 2 different things. We have 2 purple dots plus 3 green dots. So 2 plus 3, we add those together, and if you add all the dots together, we get 5, right? Some different words that you might hear when we're adding things together are plus, join, more, and, bigger, or combine. So combine is just another way of saying joining things together. Bigger is just another way of letting you know that when we add these 2 things together, we're going to get a bigger number. So when you add together, we always use the plus sign, and our number almost always gets bigger, unless you're adding by 0, that our number doesn't change. Alright, so at the bottom of our anchor chart is subtraction. You see the word subtract. You see a minus sign, not a plus sign, you see a minus sign. So whenever we subtract 2 numbers from each other, we're going to use the minus sign. And over next to the minus sign it says, when we subtract, we take away. So if we have 5 apples and we're going to subtract some of them out, let's say we take away 2 of them, that means we're going to subtract 2 of them out. We're taking away. So we have 5 apples, and then we get rid of, or we take away 2 of them, so that leaves only 3. So in subtraction, we're taking away. Remember, in addition, we're joining together, making bigger numbers. In subtraction, we're taking away numbers to make smaller numbers. So for example, you see 4 green dots, and you notice one of them has a big X over it because that green dot is going to go away. We're taking that one away. So we started off with 4, and we're taking away 1, and that leaves us with 3 dots left. So 4 minus 1 equals 3. Now some other words that you might hear doing a subtraction problem are take away, smaller, less, fewer, or minus. Remember, the symbol we use is called a minus sign, and our number for subtraction gets smaller. Fewer is just another word for smaller. So less, fewer, smaller. They all pretty much mean the same thing. So subtraction, we're going to have a smaller number. Addition, we're going to have a bigger number. So that's why they're both so different. They're kind of the opposites of each other. Okay, so you know how to add and subtract using objects, and you know how to add and subtract using fingers. Now you can still use those, but we're going to do a couple word problems. Now we've done this during our live Zoom sessions when I say things like, Ariel has 5 strawberries and Caden takes 3 of those away. That's a word problem. So I'm going to give you a couple word problems today. We're going to work on the first one all together. Me and you, we're going to both figure it out. But the other two, you have to do by yourself, okay? So I'm going to read the first one to you, and you just need to think about how you would figure this out. So you can kind of use your imagination to try to picture everything that's going on. All right? And if you see any numbers that you want to write down, you can do that as well, okay? So the first word problem is, Jasmine picks 9 flowers. She puts 4 flowers in a vase. How many flowers are left in her hand? All right, so we know that Jasmine started off with 9 flowers, right? But then she put 4 of them into a vase, and we're trying to figure out how many she has left in her hands. So this sounds like a subtraction problem, right? Because some flowers are being taken away. So on your paper, let's go ahead and write down the number that she started off with. She started off with 9 flowers. So write the number 9, and she's putting 4 of them in a vase. So let's go ahead and take away 4. Let's use the minus sign. So 9 minus 4. And so if we want to use our fingers, let's do 9 fingers up, and we're going to take away 4 so we can find out how many she is left with. So 9 and then minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so how many is she left with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jasmine has 5 flowers left in her hand. So your math problem should look like 9 minus 4 equals 5. All right, good job, guys. All right, so these next 2 problems, you're going to have to figure out all by yourself. So turn on your thinking brain and your listening ears, okay? And get ready to write down the numbers that you see. All right, so here is the first problem. Snow White's 7 friends eat breakfast. Then 2 of her friends go to work. They leave for work. Now, how many friends does she have left? Let me read it one more time. Snow White has 7 friends eating breakfast. Then 2 of them leave for work. How many friends does she have left? All right, so it sounds like she has some friends leaving, and we're trying to figure out how many she has left. So it kind of sounds like a subtraction problem, right? Like we're taking away. So think about it. How many friends she first had in her house eating breakfast, and think about how many she took away because they're leaving now. They're leaving for work. So write down your equation that you came up with and figure out the answer to that. And make sure you send it to me, okay? All right, so our next problem is Woody sees 9 toy soldiers. He finds 3 more under the bed. How many toy soldiers are there in all? I'll read it one more time for you. Woody sees 9 toy soldiers. He finds 3 more under the bed. How many toy soldiers are there in all? All right, so Woody, how many did he start off by seeing? He saw 9 at first, right? And then he found some more, which makes me think they're not leaving, right? They're kind of being added into how many he sees, adding, right? So we might be using a plus sign for this problem. So he starts off with 9, and now he sees how many more? 3 more. So he sees 3 more soldiers. And we're trying to figure out how many does he see altogether now. He started off by saying 9. Now he sees 3 more. Now how many does he see altogether? All right, when you finish your word problems and writing down your answers, make sure you have a grown-up take a picture of it and send it to me, and I'll check your work. Thank you very much.